and then when we'll open up for the audience, like you will have hello. We are about to go live. Are we live? I think so. Yes. Awesome. Cool. Welcome to SEO Talk live webinar, fourth edition. Here we are, like after a gap of 1 month, but yeah, we are back again with the SEOTalk live webinar, and I'm super pumped to have Preeti Gupta with us. Thanks for joining with us, Preeti. Uh, we are delighted to host you today on SEOTalk live webinar.
Hi, it's been such a pleasure to be here. I'm so honored to be here.
Fantastic. So, hello everyone. Welcome to this exciting SEO Talk live webinar. I'm your host Parth. Today will be unraveling the mysteries of Google Analytics for reporting and making it easy for you, as like is easy to go for like every SEO out there. So we appreciate you all taking out the time to join us today. So thanks for joining in. Can you all drop a comment below, like where are you guys joining from? How are you doing? How's the weekend treating you? And we'll get started in like next couple of minutes after a short introduction. So I would like to give you, like many of you who are on LinkedIn who would already know Preeti Gupta. She's the queen of Google Analytics 4, and we have today invited her to share her valuable insights with the SEO community. So let's have a quick, like most of you might know her, but still, let's do a formal round of introduction from Preeti.
Okay, so I am Preeti and I'm founder of Facted, where I teach people about SEO through coaching and courses, and I also make content on LinkedIn. And yeah, that's all it.
Fantastic. I have a very curious question. Like, how do you keep up so consistent on LinkedIn? Like, it's so inspiring. So good job. Like, you're doing a fabulous job on LinkedIn.
It's something like I have like blocked out time and days when I should like write for LinkedIn, and then I schedule the posts, and then I engage with the comments and people, and that's how it is working. Because if I were to write every single post like every day and then post it, uh, it will be a lot of work, and that's why I just write everything in one day and then I will just schedule it. So that's how it is working right now.
Fantastic. I think so. We have a lot of our audience who is curious to know, like, how do you keep up consistent on LinkedIn? And obviously, they'll reach out to you or email or maybe LinkedIn message to learn more about how you keep consistent on LinkedIn. So, super inspiring. Thanks for joining in today. So, let's get started. And today's topic is like more about getting into Google Analytics 4, understanding the whole dashboard, the UI, and how will it help our professional SEOs who are very good with Universal Analytics but are kind of staying away from Google Analytics 4 because of the new UI, new dashboards, new reporting structures, and all of that. But we have Preeti with us, who is an expert in Google Analytics 4. You might have seen a lot of posts from her. So let's get started. I think so. Let's not waste a single minute. We have a lot of insights from her. And yeah, over to you, Preeti. Let's get started.
Okay, so I will just share my screen.
Sure.
So can you see my screen?
Yes, we are good to go.
Okay. So today we are learning about GA4 reporting, and I will cover a few topics like what are the differences between the Universal Analytics and the GA4, the overview of standard reports, and question like how to measure data for a particular subdirectory, and then we will look at custom reports. So let's start with what is the difference between the Universal and GA4. So first, I should say that the foundation, the main foundation of both of these are different. So it's not like that Universal has been like rebranded to GA4. Like a lot of things are different. You can say like everything is different. So we will start with the hit type. So as you may know, I will tell you beforehand that I don't have a lot of experience with Universal, but still I will help you understand like what are the differences so that you we all can get on the same place. So it has like different hit types like page hits, event hits, e-commerce, and social interaction hits. But in GA4, everything is event based. So like if you see like you have events like uh, events in GA4 like page view, scroll, click, everything that was different in UA4, sorry, UA is like event in GA4. So, for example, I have like this table for you. So, in Universal Analytics, if a hit is page view, event, social, or transaction, or e-commerce or something, then everything this will be counted as event in the GA4. So this is the like main difference. And next we are talking about users. So you must have seen like the metric users, like the total users and new users in the Universal. But there is a difference. So when you say total users, you understand that total users just means the total number of users on your website, and new users just means that the number of new users on your website. But in GA4, there are three user metrics. There is one new metric that is called active users. So the total and new users is like almost same, the total and the new number of users. But active user is something that these users have an engaged session on your website. I will talk about engaged session in a bit, but yeah, this is these are the differences. And if you see like in a minute we will like go through the actual reports, and then you will see that active users is not written in the reports, it is written users. And also in the Universal Analytics you can see that whenever users is written, it will tell you the total users. But if the users is written in GA4, it just means active users. So these have an engaged session on your website.
Fantastic,
So
fantastic. That's a really great start to our webinar today. So I think so you all might be now aware about the fundamental difference between the Universal Analytics and Google Analytics 4. I think so there would be like a lot of your friends, colleagues who are working with you, or you know them, who are still struggling with GA4. So please feel free to share this webinar with your friends or colleagues who are struggling with GA4. Let's grow together, let's learn together. So please do share this link with all of your colleagues and friends. Yes, Preeti, let's continue.
okay, so like as I've showed before, so this is a little like easy for you to understand. So when you must see like users in Universal Analytics, but that means total users. But when you see users in GA4, it means active users. So both of these metrics are different. So like sometimes it can happen that the data that you are comparing with both of these analytics is different. So you're seeing that the users amount is different in Universal and the users amount is different in GA4, but that just means that uh, the primary metric is different in both of the analytics. Okay, so the next is page views. So Universal has two different kind of page views. So the first one is the total number of page views, that is called like page view as a metric, and it also counts the repeated views of a single page. And the another one is the unique page view that has total number of pages viewed, but the repeated views or the duplicate views are not counted. So it will show you as different metrics. But in GA4 there is only one metric for page views, and that is views, and it will show you the total number of app screen or web pages views. So in another fundamental difference between both of these analytics is that in Universal the data for mobile, like the app and the web property, will be shown differently. But in GA4, the data for both the mobile app and the web property will be in the same place. So like it will be added and then it will be like shown in the single report. Yeah, we don't have like you don't have different reports in GA4 for app and web. Everything will be added and then show you.
That's
So
an interesting insight, Preeti. Uh, I think so. How many of you who are already watching it like knew about this thing? Like, can you please comment in the chat box? Can you please comment with yes or no? Like, how many of you knew about this thing, uh, about the page views for app and web? And I have a very quick question in between, Preeti. So earlier we used to set up different properties for a mobile app and a web property. So do we need to do the same in GA4 or is it not required?
no, it's not required. Like if you have the tagging instructions, I think it will be like similar. But you don't have to like set up different properties because everything will be like aggregated and it will be shown in the reports. You don't have to like make separate properties for that.
Fantastic. So I'm still noob with GA4. I haven't explored it much, so please bear with me. I'll keep on asking questions, so I'll get to know, and also audience will get to know about this. So we have a couple of friends and colleagues who have already joined us. Kayur is already there. Akash. So thanks for joining in. Stay tuned. Like we have a lot of more insights coming on our way. Over to you, Preeti.
Okay, so like as I discussed, the views, there is only one metric, and the repeated views will be like counted, but there is no not a different metric like unique page view. So everything will be like counted as like aggregated. So so I have a like a quick tip for you that like we have discussed this, right? So that it the universal measures screen views in separate mobile specific properties, but in GA4 everything is combined. So we have discussed this before, but you can see
Yeah.
it here.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. So next is the sessions. Sessions is like a little different in both. So in Universal, you must have like been familiar that session is the like period of time a user is like actively engaged on your website or your app, and a session will end in like in these three situations. So like first, if there is a more than 30-minute period of inactivity, or the timestamp has been cut off at midnight, or the user picks up new campaign parameters, or like this simply means that if a user clicks any link that has UTM parameters in that while they are on the website, then it will start a new session. But it is very different in GA4. So GA4 is it just means the start of a session. Whenever a user will land on your website, it will start the session, and a session will only end in one condition, that is the if the user has more than 30 minutes of inactivity on the website. So it is saying that if a user comes back after a session timeout, so like after 30 minutes, it will start a new session, but it doesn't have things like the midnight cutout or the UTM parameters or something. The session will end in only one condition, that is the more than 30 minutes of inactivity on the website. So next is conversions. So in your Universal, you must like define a goal to indicate that a particular action is a conversion. And if there is a session going on, then Universal will only count one conversion per session for like each goal. But it is like very different in GA4, that in GA4 you have to mark an event as a conversion. So like you have event like, I don't know, like click. So you have made a event like, you can also make custom events and then you can mark them as a conversion. or you can take the existing events and then you can mark them as conversion. So suppose you want to mark click the click as a conversion, so you go into the settings and then you mark the click as in conversion, so it will show up in the conversion report. And the GA4 will count every instance of the conversion event. It will not be like it will only count like one conversion per session for each goal. It is not like that. It will count every instance of the conversion event. So this is something like a little different in both of these analytics. And the next is bounce rate. It is very different, and like we do need to understand how bounce rate is different. So in Universal, the percentage of single page session in which like there was no interaction, that will count as a bounce rate. So we have an example. So if a user visit your website and reviews content on your website for like several minutes, but he doesn't click anywhere or he doesn't do any any interaction with the page, then it will count as a bounce because they have not interacted with the page, but they were on the website for several minutes. They were like reviewing the content and doing things. So that
And
will be, yeah.
sorry to interrupt. And that also includes the scroll events as well, right?
Yes, yes. Like you
Okay.
you 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 must be familiar with the bounce rate in Universal, right? Like how it works. But now we will talk about in GA4. So in GA4, the percentage of sessions that were not engaged session will count as bounce rate. So let me we have about engaged session. I will tell you in a bit. So they so like the percentage of session that are not engaged, that this word is very important in GA4. It will count as bounce rate. So for example, if a user is on your website, they reviews the content for your home like any page for like less than 10 seconds and then leaves without doing any event can be like page scroll, click, or page view or anything, then it will count as a bounce. Like the 10-second is important. So like let me tell you about engaged session. Engaged session is a session that has like these three. Any of these like parameters can be fulfilled. It is not important that all of these three should be fulfilled. Any one is okay. So if a session is 10 seconds or longer, or it has one or more conversion events. So for example, you have set up conversion events, and if they trigger that event, or if they have visited two pages or two screens like as in your app. So if they do any one of these things, then it will be counted as an engaged session. So this is kind of important. And the when we talk about the percentage of like the engaged session percentage, it is just like the uh, the the percentage of sessions that were engaged on your website, because it is not important that every session on your website will be an engaging one. It is not important that one of these will be fulfilled by every user. So that's why uh, it is telling you like the percentage of session that were not engaged will count as a bounce. So the bounce rate is totally different in both of these analytics.
Fantastic. I think so, Preeti. Bounce rate has been a debatable topic since since a decade, or like since Universal Analytics was in the picture. And after moving to Google Analytics 4, like what do you think? Like, has it changed? Like, has it improved, or has it solved all the problems which we had with Universal Analytics? And up to what extent, like, do you think?
Okay, so uh, like there must be like some problems with how Universal collects data and how it is presented. It is something that we don't have to think like the data is missing in GA4, or like data is not available. It is available, but like you have to just find out a little bit more. And I don't like. there must be something, right, that Google is doing to move to GA4, and it is mainly because of privacy, like privacy things. So, but I think, yeah, GA4 can solve a lot of problems, but it will take time for SEOs to get a little bit more accustomed to how GA4 works and how to find the data that you were already uh, that you already had in like Universal Analytics.
Awesome. Like this was really helpful. Awesome. Let's continue. Yeah.
Okay, so now we are actually looking at the standard reports. I have these slides, but I will also show you the actual report so that you can understand a little bit more. So let's start with the user acquisition. Wait, just give me a minute. Mm, Okay, so while it is loading, I will quickly like tell you I will quickly tell you what the user acquisition is about. So user acquisition tells you how new users are coming to your website or your app for the first time. Okay, so like it will specifically tell you about the new users. It will not count uh, the returning users. We have a report that is called traffic acquisition, which is the next one. It will tell you about both new and the returning users, like combined, but the user acquisition will only tell you about how new users are finding your website. And it has dimensions like first user, default, channel group. I think these dimensions are also in the Universal Analytics, if I'm not wrong. Like, okay, so we have, okay, we have come to the user acquisition report. So the report, okay, I will give you a little insight that you can see this thing, right? So this thing is the primary metric that the report is measuring, and this is the primary dimension. Okay, so it is right now it is like showing you the new users by first user, default, channel group. So here you have two different charts, and here you can see by date, like by particular date, and you can see like from here. And here is the important thing, I guess. So you have different reports. So in Universal, you have like the medium is a different report or a source is different report. Everything is here, but you just have to change the dimensions. So right now it is the first default group. So these are the default groups, and it is telling you the number of new users that are coming to the website. And as you can see, the engaged session that we like talked about. So like how many sessions were engaged session, like you can see here, like it is telling you the same thing that I told you before. And the these are other like metrics, that engagement rate is just the percentage of engaged session, and bounce rate is completely different of this, the percentage of sessions that were not engaged session. And other thing is the event count. So event, by default it is telling you event count for all events, but if you like click on this, and you can actually uh, choose any particular event. So let's see about click. So it will tell you all the information about click event, and you can change the dimensions from here. Like if you want to know what are the mediums the users new users are coming from. So see, when you change the dimension, it will also like reflect here. And then you can see the source, like what are the exact websites that the users are coming. So like you can see Google direct is something that i think I think it is also in the Universal, right? The the direct thing, and you can see like the
Yeah.
different websites. Okay, so you also have source slash medium. So it is, So this just combines the last two metrics. So this is the source and this is the medium. That's it. So yeah, I think this is all about this report. It only tells you like the new users that are coming to your website, and it will combine the data for both app and the web property in the same place. Okay.
Got
So
it.
so next we have traffic acquisition. So as I've told you before, that traffic acquisition will tell you about both new and returning users on your website. And one way you can identify the the dimensions is that in the user acquisition, the dimensions start by first. So see, you can see like every dimension has first in front of it. So first user or first user medium or first user source. And in the traffic acquisition, the dimensions will include session in front of them. So session medium, session source, session default, channel grouping. And yeah, let's let's see the report now. It is like almost similar to the user acquisition, but it will also tell you the data for new and returning users. So actually here we have users as a primary metric. So as I've told you before, see, you can see this is the number of active users, and we have total users as a different metric. So you can see that the number between users and total users differ a lot, because it is not important that every user will be an active user. Active user just means that they have an engaging session on the website. So it is like very similar. The dimensions are also similar. So it will tell you the source medium or medium, or like, so you can see from the medium here, like you have these organic referral, these no note set is basically the that Google Analytics has not received any sort of data for that particular dimension. There are different ways you can uh, change it, but yeah. So source is the same, like where are the new and returning users are coming from. So if you want to see like the overall traffic of your website, then you can choose this traffic acquisition report. Otherwise, you can go to the user acquisition and you can see where the new users are coming from.
Got it.
Oh,
So this is really, really helpful, Preeti. Like, along with the presentation, you took us to your favorite playground. You showed it directly on the Google Analytics dashboard, and I think so. This was really, really helpful for all the audience, like whoever is watching it around. So please feel free to ask any questions. Like if you have, uh, I have a question. So earlier we used to look at data with respect to maybe organic traffic, referral traffic, or direct traffic. So we can get that those particular reports from traffic acquisition report, the dashboard, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can see all of that data from there. You just have to like change the dimensions, and then you can get all the data that you used to see in the universal.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like I think the like I was looking at universal yesterday, and it was like the dimension, like it had different reports for different dimensions, but they in GA4 they have actually combined all of those dimensions into a single report. You can just change the dimension and you will get all the data that like you were seeing in the universal.
Awesome. Fantastic. I think so. We have a lot of people watching around from YouTube and LinkedIn Live, and a couple of them joined from our Facebook group. So please do comment below if you're finding it helpful so far. Your active participation makes this webinars fruitful, and don't hesitate to share your thoughts or questions in the comment section. Cool. Let's move forward.
Okay, so next is the conversion. So conversion just tells you the data about a particular conversion. So I don't have like conversion set up in my my particular website. So I will show you through the demo account. Like like everybody can have access to this demo account, right? So you can see it from here. You just have to mark events as conversion. So here you can see that these guys have marked these events as conversion. So if you are seeing event name here, it is because that these are events, these all are events, and they have marked them as conversion. So you can, there are like three different metrics here. Conversions is the like total, the number of users that have triggered this particular event. So like 71,000 people have triggered this event. And the total users, so like what are the total number of users that were doing this event. And the revenue is something that you can like configure. If you have like e-commerce website or something, then you can, like, it will show you revenue here. But as I've told before, I have not set up conversions. You can also like set up custom conversions by like making custom events. So for example, if you have a like page that you have a file download or something that people can download, and then you want to make the submit button as the event, then you can do it from Google Tag Manager. You can make that as an event, and then when you come to the settings, like the admin settings, then you can mark that event as a conversion, and then it will show up here. So it's like that.
Fantastic. So all this time, like we have been getting notifications when we open up our Universal Analytics that you are yet to migrate to GA4. Like I'm talking until 30th June. So we used to get this notification on UA that you are yet to migrate to GA4. So if you are still there and if you still want to migrate it, like you'll have to migrate all of your events from UA to conversions into GA4.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the next one is the events report. It is just it will just tell you the how many time each event is like triggered on your website. So if we like, this is the report, and it will just tell you event. It only have one dimension, one. So you can't change the dimensions. It just have one dimension, and this is the event, like the event count. So like how many times it was triggered. And same, it is like similar, but it is similar to the conversion report, but in event report it will tell you about every single event, and in the conversion report it will only tell you about the conversion events. So these are almost similar, but yeah, it a little different. Like the interface is similar, but the interpretation is different, right? You want to make every single event as a conversion. So you can see like there are different event names, and then they will tell you the total count, the users, and the event count per user. Like how many, it will tell you the average, like how many events a user is doing on the website. So it is like that. So see, you can see the revenue is zero here because I don't have set up any revenue or something on the site. So
Yeah.
this is the events report. And
So, so if I may ask you, for
yeah.
example, like 12 months down the line, if we are looking forward to the data for events for last 12 months and we want to draw maybe chart that how's the performance of each of those events, we have to go ahead and go to the events reports and uh, export all the data from the events report. And if we just want to have an overview of how many events have converted, then only we'll go to conversions report.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can also like do it from here. You can like see like the last 12 months of data, and then it will tell you. But if you have to like check what events are conversions, I don't think it will show up here. You can also add a secondary dimension to get more data. I will talk about it in a bit.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it will tell you about the events for the whole year, But if you want to know what events are converting, or what are your conversion events, then you can go to the conversion report, and then you can filter it for the last 12 months.
Fantastic. I think so. From the dashboards on your screen, like we can see that you've been working
Mm-hmm.
on GA for more than a year. Like the data is populated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, hold on,
So
guys.
like
Like get started, and it will take time, but it's not that difficult. Like we all can learn as well.
yes. So like when I was setting up my website, they told me, like there was this prompt that you should also make a GA4 property, and then made it, and always used to look at the GA4 and not the UA. So I don't have any experience with how Universal works. So yeah, that is something,
Interesting,
but it's okay.
interesting stuff. But if I go back to the timeline, like when did you set up GA4 on your personal website? Back.
Uh, I I made the website in 2022 in February.
Got it, got it. So it's
Yeah,
been
so
around almost 18 ago. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, it has a lot of data, but I think the new properties that people will set up will take time to populate the data.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay,
Perfect.
so okay, so there is one thing in the event report, and that is event value. It will not show up directly in the standard reports. When you will make custom reports, then you can add this like metric. Yeah, this metric. So it is something that when you create an event from like custom events or something, then you can assign a value to it. So this value can be like monetary value, like something in price or something, or it can be just just any kind of value. So like it will be a numerical value basically. So like you can say that
If we take
you
an
have,
example of e-commerce, maybe e-commerce products, then
yeah, you. Mhm.
so then the value will be the value of the product. Or if there's a PDF, if I'm selling a PDF for like $50, and if I attach that value to that conversion, then it will count $50 for each conversions.
Yeah, it will be for event, but if you want to make that event as conversion, you can also do that.
Awesome,
But
got it.
yeah, so next is the landing page. So as we talked about, for the user acquisition and the traffic acquisition, that user acquisition will tell you the new users, and traffic acquisition will tell you both new and returning users. The same goes for landing page and the pages and screen report. The landing page will tell you the first page a user is seeing on your, the visitor is like landing on the website, and the pages and screen will tell you all of the pages the people are seeing. So let me show you the actual report. uh, okay, so this is the landing page, right? It uh, it will it will tell you the, like it has the graph, and the primary metric is sessions, and the primary dimension is landing page. So this report only has one dimension, that is landing page, and it will tell you about all of the pages on the website, and it will tell you the sessions, the number of sessions that begin on the website or app, because it combines both of the data in single place. You can also toggle this, like, to see like the maximum or the minimum amount. And yeah, it also shows you the bounce rate. So bounce rate is something, the percentage of session that were not engaged, and it will like tell you from here that these 46% of sessions on this particular page were not engaging. It is because this page is only, like, you can read it, but this page doesn't have a lot to do. That's why a lot of uh, that's why it has a lot of bounce rate. So you can actually see from here and figure out if a page doesn't have a lot of engaging session, then you can figure out from here and you can check that we need to work on these pages a little bit more, because we want that these pages are should be engaging, but they are not engaging to the user, so we should work on that. Like you can check from here. And in landing page you will also see a metric, new user. So because it is telling you the about the new users, and so it will show you the new users. Obviously, like if you click on this and customize it, you can also add or remove any metric or dimension or anything you want. Like all of this and every report is customizable, you can do anything you want. Okay, so similar to this is the pages and screens. So it will tell you it is similar, but the dimensions are different. So let me just show you quickly. It is the default one is the page title and screen class. Whatever you are seeing for the screen is for your app, but I don't have an app, so it is only telling you the page title. And you can see the page title and page path, and there's content group. So like when you it is turned on the title, so it is telling you the title of the page, like the meta title that you have specified in your pages. And it will tell you the total number of views. It will also count the repeated views for one single page. And then it is telling you the the users and the total users. You will not see new users here, because it will tell you the data for uh, like everybody. It is not telling you the data for new users. For new users you can check this report, the landing page report. Okay, so these. Okay, now we are moving to the demographics. And demographics is similar to what you guys had in the universal. So it will just tell you about who the people are coming from, like who are the people who are coming to your website. So you must have seen different like reports. Like I assume that these reports were different in your universal analytics, but all of these is here, but you just have to change the dimensions. So right now it is country. So all of these metrics are similar to the last reports, the active users, new users, engaged sessions, and you can toggle this by like region. So it will tell you the different regions that the users are coming from. And for example, you want to check the age, it will also tell you the age and the gender. Like it has all the data, but you just have to change the dimensions. So you can see the interest, like the people who are coming to the website, what interests they have. So this is what you can check here. And okay, we have like one last report, that is tech details, and it will tell you the like what tech they are using to access your website or your app. So you can check things like what browser they have, or what operating system they have, or what screen resolution they have, everything. Like you can see everything. So these are the different things that you can see. So right now it is browser, so it will tell you the different browsers. And like device category, so it will tell you the mobile, desktop, and tablet, where are the users coming from. And something like uh, OS with version, so like Windows 10, Windows 11, things like that. And these metrics are similar to the last reports. And yeah, like you can okay, I don't have app version because I don't have app. Okay, so this is like the screen resolution you can check from here, and these are the basic, like these are the basic reports that, oh no, wait, sorry. So these are the basic reports that every like property will have. You can also have the Google Search Console reports, but you have to like configure this from the both Search Console and the analytics to see this report. It has two reports. It is like similar data to what you get in your Google Search Console. So like the queries and the traffic, like where the pages and the country and the devices and everything. So, and you have this life cycle and the user uh, collection in every single one. I have made this custom reports by myself. I will also show you in a minute. So okay. So now we have something like how will we track traffic for a particular like page or a particular subdirectory. So we can do this for like from the pages or screen or landing page, like wherever you want to see the, like the reports. So let's see. So let's suppose we go to the pages and screen report, and you you choose the page path as the dimension, and then you can see. So I have a subfolder called SEO hub. So if I type this into here and I will enter, then it will show you all the pages related to this particular subfolder. Or if you want to check for a, like you can also make it as a filter that you want to check, like you can also make a custom report that has a filter to show you data for a particular page or a particular uh, subfolder. So for example, we go into add filter, and then we include the dimension. You can include the dimension like page path, and suppose you want to see the data for this particular uh, subfolder, then you can click this, that all values containing this page, because this is the subfolder, right? And when you apply, it will only show you the data for this particular uh, subfolder. Or if you want to see data for a particular page, then you can also do that from this page path, and then you can just, maybe you want to see the data for your home page only, so you click this and you apply, so you will only see the data for your home page. So I hope that clears the doubt.
Yes, I'll say yes because this was a specific question which I had asked Preeti to cover in this presentation. Thanks so much, Preeti, for showing this up because we were so familiar uh, to looking at particular page-wise data, how that page is performing month or month, week or week,
Mm-hmm.
with respect to user sessions and bounce rate and a lot of other metrics. So thanks for sharing that. And all of you who are watching around, so uh, a huge round of applause for Preeti for sharing the presentation. We are still continuing with it, but she has gone ahead and shown all the dashboards live from her own website as well as on the demo account. So it takes like a lot of guts to go live on a webinar and show all of this. So do check out her Twitter and LinkedIn. Do follow her and take a screenshot of this live webinar and share it across with your audience on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you are active on social media. Please give her a shout out. She deserves it. So let's make her reach to all the audience who are looking forward to learn Google Analytics 4. So please do that. And I think so. This new Google Analytics 4 dashboard, if I connect to an analogy, like it's similar to a new Counter Strike map or new version of a like new map of a video game, and you took us around the whole map and like help help to like figure it out. Like that's it is very very easy to go around and find all the data. So thanks so much for doing that, Preeti. uh, Over to you. Let's go ahead.
Uh, thank you so much for the kind words. It really means a lot. And okay, so as a last thing, I will show you. I will tell you about custom reports. So custom reports are just like your normal standard detailed reports, but you have like two options. You can either make them from a template. So for example, you want to make a custom report from the user acquisition template, you can do that, or you can make a completely like from scratch, like without using any template. So this means that you can add any metric or any dimension. And there is also one thing that if you make custom reports, the Google Analytics gives you access to a lot more metrics than you have access to in your regular standard reports. So I think I have shared a post on LinkedIn like a few days ago that in e-commerce, Google like GA4 is introducing like 30 new different metrics. So it is not important that you will find these metrics in your standard e-commerce reports, but if you go ahead and make a custom report, then you can choose any of the custom like metrics and you can add them to your report. So you can do these things with a report, but you can do these things with the standard report also. So suppose you want to change a dimension, and you can also like remove a metric or add a metric, and you can change the chart. So suppose you don't want to look at the bar chart, you only want to look at the line chart, then you can do that. You can apply a filter, you can add comparison. So you can add comparison like how this page was performing like 6 months ago, or like comparison between 6 months and today or something like that. Or like you can also add secondary dimensions, or you can create a summary card. So I will show you. Okay, wait. So when you are in your Google Analytics dashboard, you must have the editor or the like editor or admin permission to do this. So you go into the library from here, and you click on this create new report, and then you have two options. Overview report is just like the cards, like it is just giving you overview, but we want to create detailed report. So you can click on this, and then you have two options. You can create from blank, like without any template, or you can use any of these templates. It's like whatever is easy for you, you can do that. And you can just so for suppose if we click on this traffic acquisition template, so you can see you have like a lot of things that you can change around. So for example, I only want to know the source of the like the source where the people are coming from. So I can set these at default, and I can remove all of this. So I only want data for this particular thing, and then you can hit apply. So it will only show the data for source. And same goes for metrics. So for example, I don't have revenue conversions, so I can remove all of these metrics because it's not important that these are important to me. So for example, I only want to look at users, and you can add metrics from here. So these are the total like metrics that you can add. So let's see, if we want to add like bounce rate, so you can add from here and you can hit apply. So it will show you this data. You can also add a filter. So for example, I want to know only the like only the male people who are coming to my website, and then I can hit apply, and this will change. Okay. So it is not showing any data, but you can like it will depend on, I guess, the metrics. So for example, if I want to uh, see the traffic for every country except for India, so I can do this here. So I can, hmm, wait. So yeah, I can, this is on country and then India. So it will show you the traffic for every country except for India. So you can do that also. And you can also like remove any of these charts. So you can, you know, have only one chart or don't have any chart at all. Like you can just see the data. Or you can make new summary cards from here. So suppose this thing you want to see in your overview reports, so you can select your metrics and you can select uh, your dimensions, and then you can select the chart, and then you can also have like you can apply current report filter. So this is something you can apply, and you can add this to your overview reports. So this is how you can actually make a custom report by yourself using a template. So I have an example for you. Uh, let's see. Okay, I have made an example for you. So, for example, you you have a website and you want to only focus on your service pages. So, like the money pages on your website, and you only want to focus on those pages, and you want to know how many people are coming on these pages. You also want to know that like where are they coming from, like the country, like where are they coming from. So you can make a report that has total users as the main metric, the session source as the dimension, and you can also add a secondary dimension. So let's see. So I have made a report for you. So when we go into customize and check, so I have made the session source as the primary dimension, and I have made the total users because you want to know the total users that are coming from different session, like different source. So suppose uh, a lot of people are coming from LinkedIn. So you can, like, if you see something similar in your reports, then you can go to your executives and you can say that LinkedIn uh, is like referring a lot of traffic to our website, so we should probably focus more on LinkedIn. Or you can say like we were focusing a lot on YouTube, but YouTube there is not a lot of traffic that is coming from YouTube. So instead we should focus on another channels like maybe direct or Google or LinkedIn or something. So here are this is the total users, because you want to know the total users and not the active users. And for the sake of the report, you can also add the sessions and the people who are scrolling. So you can see the people who are engaging with your website. And I have added a filter that will show you the pages, the money pages. So these are the money pages on my website. So I have I have included them into the filter. So it is only telling data for that particular uh, the particular subfolder. And I have removed the bar chart, and I have also made the summary cards from this report. Like you can just go from here, add the dimension, add the metric, add the dimension, or like you can do total users and the line chart and the filter, and you have this review, the card that you can use in your overview reports. So that's how you can actually make a custom report. And you can also, like, if you want to know where the users are coming from, like which country, so you can add a secondary dimension. So like you can click on this plus icon, and then you can go to demo. No, wait. Yeah, geography, and then you can go to country, and then it will give you even more data. So like people are coming from Google from United States, and like 25 people are coming from United States through Google. So you can see that it will give you even more data. So if you have to like report on particular KPIs or something, then you can make custom reports. Or you can uh, like you can actually customize any of the existing reports that you have. So like you want to uh, maybe add a filter here, or you want to add or remove any metric or dimension, then you can go into customize report and you can also do that. So yeah, I guess so. This was everything that I have for you. And you can, as a little plugin, you can join the waitlist for like my course that is coming. I'm actually recording it right now. I don't have. I'm just recording it. I don't have it completed right now. So yeah.
Fantastic. Like you are spot on. We are exactly on time. It's 12:01, and uh, I would highly recommend every one of you to stay tuned and follow and connect with Preeti on LinkedIn. Follow her on Twitter. She shares like amazing set of insights around Google Analytics 4, and obviously like when her course is out like in next couple of weeks or months, you can always go ahead and subscribe to that course and go through it. And obviously, but you should not miss any of the Google Analytics insights coming out from her. So uh, please do go out and follow her. Like we'll share her Twitter and LinkedIn profile URLs in the comment. You can go and follow her there, as well as we'll add it in the YouTube video description as well. But this was uh, really insightful session around Google Analytics 4, and I think so this should be a game changer for anyone who has spent like 60 minutes uh, watching this video. You have made it so easy for all of us that Google Analytics 4 is now like piece of cake. It won't be that difficult. Like earlier it was like a monster, like no one wanted to go and check it out because of the new UI, and because there is still the behavioral change is yet to come from Universal Analytics to Kubernetes 4. So yep, let's see how our audience copes up with the new dashboard. But let us have a round of questions before we wrap this up in like next maybe 10 minutes. uh, any sort of questions for Preeti? um, I think so. We have a couple of questions. So let's get it rolling and then we'll wrap this up. Uh, Fantastic. There are a lot of appreciation comments coming around. So great job, Preeti. Thanks so much for all the valuable insights you have shared with the SEOTalk community.
Thank you so much. It was such an honor to like share everything. Uh, Even if this session has made a single person believe that GA4 is easy, like my job will be done. Like it will be like I will be so happy that even if one person goes with the with that okay, GA4 is easy. We can tackle this.
Absolutely. Like Google should sponsor you. Like you are one of the top advocates of Google Analytics 4 here in India. So uh, with this webinar and with this podcast, like we'll get more eyeballs from the audience out there in India, and the search advocates officially representing Google Analytics in India. So definitely great job, Preeti. Like whatever you're doing, keep doing and keep sharing it with the community. Awesome. Like, do we have any questions? Let's get started with set of questions. And I think so. People are still getting hooked to this new platform, so there might be very few or limited questions. But let us see. Like in next couple of minutes, if we get any questions, we'll take that up. But I think so. You have been like I've been following you since like last 6 months on LinkedIn, and that is how I stumbled upon and reached out to you that let's do it, let's share it with our SEO community. And it was so nice of you to agreeing to join us and share all the valuable insights with the SEO community. So thanks for that as well. I don't think so we have any questions at the moment, but uh, this was really helpful. We are like 5 minutes over and above. and unfortunately, like, we have run out of time also, like it's been like more than 1 hour. So once again, thanks so much, Preeti, for your valuable insights, and uh, thanks to all the attendees for your active participation and asking and appreciating the session. We hope this session was beneficial and useful to all of you, and probably it would have helped you to take the first initial steps towards uh, making Google Analytics 4 reporting easy for you. Keep exploring and don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments below when the video goes live, or you can always reach out to Preeti and ask questions. Think so.
I can see a question that what resources do you recommend to like
Yeah,
for the.
let's take that up. Yeah,
Okay, so like I think the best resource that you like can use to learn more about Google Analytics is the support website that Google has, like the I don't know what it is called, like the
the
place
Google
where.
Analytics Learning Hub in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
support, in the subdomain like
Yes,
support.google.com.
yes, 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 yes. That is like the best thing like anybody can use to learn more about GA4. I can understand that it has a little like technical sort of language, and not everybody can understand it. But I think it is a single most comprehensive resource that like they have made. Like I don't like there are a few other websites and few other YouTube channels where you can go learn about GA4. But I think the one Google has already made is like the best thing you can learn from.
Yeah, yeah, that was really helpful. um I think so. Like, was that your starting point, Google's knowledge hub around Google Analytics
Yeah,
4?
yeah. I like started with that only because it is
Got
not
it.
not everybody was covering what I was looking for. And when I got to know about that Google has already a ton of documentation around everything, then I was like, okay, let's go to the Google.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I would like to add on here, like, who, apart from, like, you are the one we always look up to when we want to learn about Google Analytics 4, but who do you look up to, like, when you are learning Google Analytics 4? Like, who are other experts around there, probably in India or outside India, like, who you look up to on LinkedIn or maybe Twitter?
There are a lot of people, but I don't remember names specifically. But
Sure.
yeah, there are a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people are like focusing on GA4 in India. But yeah, there are a lot of people outside that are like really into like everything about GA4, and they probably have a lot more technical knowledge about it than I have. I don't have a lot of technical knowledge about it, like how you can do things with the tag manager and stuff. But they are like very much familiar with it. Like even before the Google has announced everything about the shutdown, like the shutdown of Universal, they were like covering everything about it. So I don't remember specific names, but yeah, there are people.
Fantastic. Cool. I think so. Thanks to our hosts who are sitting like on the back side of the stage. We have the founder Malar Barai and our Hindi Twitter Spaces co-host Varun Kumar. So they made our job very very easy for the host of the day, me, and for the guest Preeti. So thank you to them. And obviously, last round of appreciation for the guest. Thank you so much, Preeti, for joining in, and thanks for sharing all your insights. Uh, we wish you all the best for whatever you're doing. Keep doing and keep sharing it with the community. We all will learn together and grow together. That's the motto of SEOTalk community. So, yep, this is your host Parth signing off, and see you all next month. Thank you.
Thank you.